Good evening and hello YouTube. Welcome aboard with Stormus-Furry biker on board Cheetara. I hope everybody's doing well out there, keeping it safe, rubber side down and legal if you're a fellow biker. I can never overemphasize that last point enough. Massive shout out as always to all my subscribers, old and new. You guys are absolutely wonderful. It's brilliant to have you on board with us. Big shout out to Steve, Ken and Sue, Bike Talk crew. Live in Nottingham surrounding area, looking to do an hour's taster, CBT, A1, A2, direct access. Check out their Facebook page, check out their website, drop a message, call, email, whatever method of communication you decide to use. Morse code. Steve's that old school, you know, he knows quite a bit of Morse code. And yeah, personal shout outs go, as always, to Rossi Two Wheels, Laura Kay and May Fursuits, my wonderful darling wife Blaze Pips, who's also a biker herself, Jaden Joestar, Heather Abbott of Ware Public Creations. Channel shout outs go to Hood Dashcam, camera channels in the link to the I'm tripping over my fucking words here. Link to the channel is in the description box below. And also a second shout out channel wise to my good friend the Yorkshire Hero. Decent young lad. Check him out, check his videos, check his channel and subscribe. Used to ride a YZF-R 125 until he got rear-ended by a fucking drunk, and he's currently on a I think it's a YS 125. Anyway, decent young lad, check him out, check his channel out. If I've forgotten you, that's it. UK Moto Eclipse, Moto Stars, World Moto Stars, Moto Madness. Yeah, right, okay. I think that's enough shout outs because I keep going on. I'll end up with an entire video of shout outs and no bloody content. That has nearly happened a couple of times before. So, into the video. Many of you who have been with me for a while know that I have three motorbikes. A 1999 GN125, 2018 YZF-R 125, and of course Cheetara, my 1999 Honda CBR 600 FX. What may surprise you is that I prefer my two older bikes over my new one. Or newer one rather. Yes, I prefer Cheetara and Misty over Firestorm with a Y. It's not that Firestorm's a bad bike, you know, because the YZF-R 125 ABS is a bloody good bike. The problem with it, I suppose, is in some ways it's almost too bloody good. You know, I've not really gelled with Firestorm the way I've gelled with Misty and Cheetara. And the thing with an older bike is that you've got to do stuff on it. You know, you got to do more work on an older bike than you do with a modern bike, a newer one. It's like Cheetara. I mean, what started out with just changing the brake pads ended up changing the brake discs, which ended up with a complete fucking strip down and rebuild of both front calipers with new fucking brake seals and brand new braided hoses. But you know, I taught myself how to do all that with a climber manual, socket set, got the tools required and done the rebuild. Okay, I had to have a bit of help from Paul Beachdale in getting the pistons out of the fucking brake calipers, but the bottom line is I accomplished the rebuild of the brake calipers, the fitting of the new brake lines, new brake pads, new brake discs, pressurisation and bleeding of the brake system. You know, I've done that all myself. Saved myself quite a bit of money on labour there. Because Cheetara and Misty are older tech, you know, older machines. They're easier to work on. So if you want to start, you know, a bit of mechanic work and that on your bike, they're easier to cut your teeth on. They're cheaper to insure as well. I mean, take Firestorm with a Y, for example. She's, what was it, £348 a year, third party fire and theft. Cheetara, for a full year, third party fire and theft, £243.44. That is insane. I can get insured on a 600cc sports bike for less than a 125 sports bike. What the fuck? Seriously. And I don't know, you know, some people may agree with me or not on this one, but older bikes are more fun. And I don't mean it in a horrible way that they're more fun, but they just seem to be more fun. And I'm not saying that to be horrible to newer bikes, because I'm sure some of them are fun, but you don't get the same rush. I mean, Misty gives 3 brake horsepower away to Firestorm with a Y, but she is, in my books, more fun to ride. You know, you're chasing that red line all the time. Yeah, she'll only do about 65 miles an hour flat out, but she's not about speed, she's about enjoying that fucking ride. She's about having fun. And I've no doubt that if I bought a brand new Honda CBR 650F, I wouldn't have half as much fun as I'm having on Cheetara, which is 21 years old. Yeah, she's got a quirk, she's got her little foibles, it's got her rough edges, which I'm slowly smoothing out. But if you buy an older bike and then start working on it to bring it back to its best, you can sit there with a big smile on your face when everything's done and say, I done that. You know, I brought it back. I'm not saying she was ever at the brink, because she never was, but she is a little bit rough around the edges, but an honest bike. And yeah, I've had a few issues with her, like the alarm system, the brakes, the regulator rectifier decided to go bonk. But you know, she's fun, like Misty. I know that with a bit of, take me time and all that shit, I can do the work that's required on her. From spark replacement to a full fucking service, and maybe even, engine work if it's needed. But with a modern bike, if you have a sensor go down, like with Cheetara, Firestorm with a Y, if you have a sensor go down, it could essentially freeze the entire engine, freeze the bike, stop it running. At least if you have an issue with an older bike, 9 times out of 10, that bike will get you home. Won't leave you stranded by the roadside. Unless it's a serious mechanical or electrical failure. Or, like with some older bikes, you haven't got a fuel gauge, you run out of fuel. And I've known a fair few people who have done that. Because with an older machine that doesn't have a fuel gauge, you work your mileage out, how much fuel you've got, by the trip meter. I generally tend to let Chi go to about 140, 150 miles before refueling. That's generally around the sort of time before the idiot light comes on. But living with an older bike, it is nicer. One of the biggest things people forget with older machines, especially if they don't have fuel gauges, is how much fuel is in the tank. What I tend to do is look at how much fuel the tank will hold. In Cheese case, 18 litres. And then work my fuel out from there. I mean, essentially you got 15 litres before you hit your reserve. Reserve is 3 litres, which works out about 30 miles. So I've essentially got 180 miles fuel range, give or take. You know, so depending on the riding and that sort of shit. Anyway, living with an older bikes, it's my personal feeling that, you know, you can't really say you've ridden bikes until you've ridden something that's at least 15-20 years old, because, you know, I feel they're a lot more visceral than the newer stuff. They're a lot more in depth, and if you click with an older machine, you'll end up with a grin wider than a fucking Cheshire cat. But that's, as I said, you know, that's just my thoughts on it all. That's my thoughts, my views, my personal opinion. Other people may have different opinions, you know. I'm not going to tell you just to run out and buy an older bike because I said so. I'm not like that, you know that. But I'm speaking from experience of having ridden older and newer machinery, that I find older machinery more fun, more engaging, and a hell of a lot more intoxicating. I might even go so far to say it's better than getting drunk, which I've never actually done, but you know. It is so much more fun with older bikes than newer machinery. But as I said, that's my view, my thoughts, my opinion on it, no one else's. If you want to take an older machine for a spin, I advise, you know, I say go for it, but don't just do something off the back of what I've said, you know. You know, in recommendations for bikes, stuff like that, as in, do you go modern or old? You know, it's personal choice. I like my older stuff. People out there might like the newer stuff. It's up to them. Anyway, as I said, that's just my thoughts on all of it. I still can't believe I've been back at work near enough a whole week. Fuck me, time's just flying already. Somebody said to me the other day, it'll be Christmas before you know it. I said, shut up. Anyway, I'm gonna call this video to a close now, because I've rambled on long enough. So, to all of my subscribers, I say take it easy. And this is Stormus-Furry biker on board Cheetara, the wonderful CBR 600 FX, saying stay safe, keep it real, keep it legal, rub your side down if you're a fellow biker, don't go taking stupid risks, ride safe, and I will see you all on my next video. If you're new to my channel and you want to see more of my content, click the little subscribe button down in the bottom corner there. If you like what you've seen and what you heard, or you got something to say, whether you agree or disagree with me, and you're not going to be an absolute cunt about it, drop me a message in the comments box. And you know, if you like, let me finish that all again. If you like what you've seen and what you heard, throw me a like, which is a thumbs up in the bottom corner there. If you're new to my channel and you want to come on board for more videos and adventures with Stormus-Furry biker, then click that little subscribe button down the bottom corner there. And if you agree or disagree with me on anything, and you're not going to be an absolute dick, twat, cock womble, twat waffle, etc., etc., throw me a comment in the comments box below. Anyway, so until next time, everybody, this is Stormus-Furry biker on board Cheetara, saying take it easy, stay safe out there, people, because you never know what's around that next corner. And I'll see you all again soon. Take it easy, and until next time, everybody, bye for now.